You've already heard my introductory remarks, but I'll say a little bit about Victor. I'm so excited to be in this position, have this as the first official press event in my new position, because this is the event that I had targeted as the most attractive, most compelling, the must-have fight for Showtime Boxing in 2012. And I said it about Andre, it applies equally to Victor. He's a classy young man. He is a warrior, fights his heart out. He's one of the stars of the game. He is the future of the sport. And he is exactly the kind of guy that we are going to build the future of Showtime Boxing on. So with that, I'll turn it over to Victor.
Let's go, guys.
All right, I got a question. Victor, whatever people say about you, which I think is, you're 22 years old. I've said this to you before. When you lost to Nick, I thought that was overblown. You're 22 years old. You've been involved in exciting fights. You fought Lamont Peterson, obviously Berto, Floyd Mayweather. And this seems to be a precedent, according to Steven, where they're going to target fights and not necessarily title belts. And you and Berto are fighting just a fight that everybody likes. What does it say to you? Is it any kind of validation for the fighter that you've been, for this to be the jumping off point?
A belt doesn't necessarily say a whole lot nowadays. I don't think, anyways. I've fought, I'll be honest, the Bertos, like you said, Lamont, they're all great fighters, man. Anyone who's got to say anything less of that, you'll get checked out by a doctor or something, because there's some great fighters, man. I don't give them any negativity or any kind of, not even Floyd, hey, yeah, I disagree with what happened, but hey, everybody has their opinion. Floyd's still a great fighter. At the end of the day, I'm back to fighting, not for a belt, not for a title, but hey, we both have a great fight. We've had a great past. We went war to war. It was a great fight.
What kind of validation is it for you that your fight is one that's being picked, given some of you've been maligned a little bit in your career, but is validation for you as a fighter is
Well, just the validation alone, man, it speaks for itself. People really want to see this fight that bad, and neither of us are champs right now, but it's definitely it's a good stamp for me, I think.
How much did you want the rematch? He wants it bad because, as he said, he gave up his title. He wanted revenge.
Actually, he got stripped of the title, but
well, because he took this fight.
At the end of the day, I didn't really think I needed the rematch, just because the first fight wasn't close at all. But at the end of the day, if they told me that he really, really wanted it, so I was like, yeah, man, let's do it then. He gave me the shot to get the title, So at the end of the day, I was never happy with the performance that I put up that night.
Even though you won?
Even though I won, I went to the locker room that night. My coaches are there to say, and Oscar, and I just told them, hey, you know what? I didn't feel like I performed at my best. They said, Vic, come on, man, you became champ. I said, yeah, I did, but I don't know, I'm not feeling it.
What other?
So I didn't really feel like I did my best that night. But they didn't get turned around and get blamed for I guess usage of illegal enhancement drugs. That was uncalled for, because I don't do that kind of stuff.
Now, two things about that. First of all, was there any other fights before this one was presented to you that you and your team looked for before you agreed to give Andre the rematch?
No, just maybe a possible rematch with Floyd, but it didn't happen. So.
And you brought up the accusations of the PEDs, as Andre told us in his session with us, that there will be random drug in urine testing in this fight, similar to what you went through with Mayweather.
I'm all open for it,
So you went. How was your experience with it in the Floyd fight?
It's just another day. They take your blood and you use the bathroom quite a bit. The only different thing was like when there was people looking at you using the bathroom, it was kind of like, all right, I had to get used to it. It was kind of like, it's like I'm trying to concentrate, but it's like he's looking at me. It's like, all right. Then I'd be talking to him, so finally I'd be like, yeah, man, so how's it going? It's going well. Just, yeah, that's right.
You had no real issues with them making this part of making
No, not at all.
Because he said they asked for it, and you guys said no problem.
Yeah, no problem. It's we have nothing to hide, and neither does Berto, so that's good.
Is there anything you feel you need to do differently in this fight?
For every fight, there's always a game plan, so I leave that up to my coaches at the end of the day. I just go into the gym and do as I'm told. But I'll tell you this much, I will be ready and I will be victorious once again.
How much do you buy the notion that he was having health problems that night? Do you feel like that? Do you believe it, and also do you think that takes away from anything that you did?
You know what? The Berto that showed up that night was a beast. He put me down. There was once. He put me down once. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where you got to learn to give somebody their props. Because at the end of the day, there was every fight that I looked at prior to, he's been the same Berto. I guess I was just a little more careless.
See any difference in him in the Zavic fight? Or
I saw the fight, and I can just say that, he didn't really impress me. That's just me. Everybody has their opinion. So.
Victor, do you carry any regrets from the Mayweather fight at this
No,
point?
not at all. I don't carry regrets. Having regrets is kind of like just a lot of weight on your shoulders, And I took it for what it was worth. It was a learning lesson that I learned quite a bit from, and you just move forward.
You feel you got over it quickly?
There was nothing to ever be stuck on, Just because, hey, yeah, he took my belt, but I don't agree in the sense that he took it. That's my opinion.
Well, Andre Berto and Lou DiBella just implied that you might have quit in the Mayweather fight, that they've never seen anyone that happy after they got knocked out. Can you comment on that?
See, to me, that's kind of funny. What can you do, really? You have the judges and everybody, and along with Cortez calling the fight off. But at the same time, I'll let DiBella and Berto stay on the pass, because what's coming forward is nothing easy.
You think that he said he wasn't 100% in that fight. You said you weren't happy with your performance. So how does it go down if you both come at your absolute best?
Well, I'm definitely not there to play games this time, and I wasn't there to play games with Floyd either, or anybody at that. But I'm always being told this and that by people, and that you're not so great, you're not this and that. But it's like, all right, well, I was gonna say this much. He's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter. But in my eyes, he's not at my league. He's not at my level. So, come the 11th of February, I came short when I beat him the first time. That's all my coaches and my team that. And I'm going to remind them why.
Do you think you can keep him down this time?
I'm sure I can. The first time we fought, I was barely coming into 147. Never fought 147, yes, sir. Never fought at 147 before. I was actually eating breakfast the day of weigh-ins. And right now, I've put on over 7 pounds of muscle already. So I'm a natural 147. So my power's definitely up quite a bit. So at the end of the day, I'm not a guy who talks a whole lot, but I will say I'm ready, and we're going to go to war once again.
With the outcome of the fight, if it goes your way, do you have anything in mind as what you want to do after that? Because I assume you'd like to fight Floyd again, like you said.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. A nice rematch with him, or whoever's out there to go with. But primary thing would be a rematch with Floyd. That'd be nice.
You feel with Golden Boy, your options may be a little bit limited, that there's fighters out there that you'd like to fight that you might not be able to get the opportunity to?
No. Don't know what you're talking about. Definitely it is, but I'll go with it.
Look, at the end of the day of the fight, everyone talks about Manny and Floyd, obviously. Fight, but we have done fights on top of it recently, and if there's a fight that makes sense for both sides and for both fighters, it'll get done. There's no embargo on fights between us. We haven't said we're not working with Bob. Bob hasn't said we're not working with them. Do we get along swimmingly? No. Everybody knows that. But if there are fights to be made, they'll get made. And we made 2 fights this summer. And It went fine. It wasn't an issue.
On second, what was it?
Oh, you're right. It was sorry. One person.
Gomez, they let you.
He wasn't with. He wasn't with.
How do you, did you watch the Peterson fight here? Colin?
Yeah, yeah.
What was your thoughts on that?
It was a good fight. And, you know, again though, you know what? I'll say this much: Lamont looked good.
Were you surprised that he looked that good?
No, he just looked very hungry. But at the same time, Amir didn't one-sidedly get beat. You know, so it was kind of a controversial thing. It goes once again to the you gotta take it from the champ. You know, but unless you can get away with the cheap shot.
This kind of, since you're talking about Lamont, one thing that he said to me is that, you know, people don't give you credit for how good you are. You know?
Yeah, I agree with
That was
him.
a tough fight. That was a very tough fight that he fought against you. And he said, you know, people give you credit for how good you are. Given all the criticism that you say, I know you don't care about it, but there's a lot of guys that say they want to fight. Alexander has said it. Madonna still says it. Obviously, Berto wants to fight you. What do you think that says about you that they want to fight you?
I don't know. I'm not even a mean guy.
You've developed a good name.
I think
make
so.
good fights. You help bring in some money.
I believe so. That definitely could be part of it. At the end of the day, I just see them as all good and great fighters. You know, I can't really say any less about that. And along with Lamont, man, he's a hell of a fighter.
You put a lot of what he was able to do after your fight on what he learned in that fight.
Yeah, he's I'm telling you, man. Yeah, good guy too. I was, you know, not to put nobody down or anything, but I was actually, you know, after he beat Amir, I was happy just to see him smile the way he did and just carry that belt. I was like, that's awesome, man. He deserves it. He worked very hard. I didn't have any chosen person particularly to win, but I was just saying, you know, it's going to be a good fight. And sure, it was. But, you know, it just kind of goes to the whole rules of you got to take the belt or whatever. But at the same time, he did put a lot of work in there.
Did you think he complained too much afterwards?
You know, me, I'm a different fighter. I take it for what it's worth. They say you got beat. Okay, yeah. That's it. Say nothing. I don't know. I can't really speak on anybody's behalf. But as far as me, that's just me. You got knocked out. All right, cool.
It seems like the fact that you both had a draw against each other, which, you know, frankly, most people thought that you were the winner,
Sure.
but it was still a draw. But it ended up helping, seems to me, you went on and got the Berto fight, ended up winning the title, and that helped parlay into your biggest fight against Floyd. And for him, ultimately wound up, you know, not that far in the future with the fight against Conor, you know, the junior welterweight champion. Did you think that at the time you guys had
I did.
a draw, that like this is going to
Oh,
happen?
not there, but you know, after I thought about it. Matter of fact, I didn't think about it until that night when I saw the fight.
Which fight?
The Lamont.
Conker.
Yeah, I was just like, all right. I just smiled.
Kind of funny how things work out.
It definitely is, you know. So it's just kind of hard to swallow sometimes.
Did you get any validation though out of that? I mean, I know you don't care to criticize, but did you get any validation out of that? I mean, that you fought all these guys that you don't.
I never get validation. Never get validation. It's okay though. It's one of those things where I've learned to live past that. So no validity counts my way usually, but it's okay. I don't need it. I'm just a guy trying to keep up with myself and do what I know I can do. That's it.
Well, do you think the potential star power that you have, you know, generates the type of criticism that's been coming your way? Isn't that it just kind of comes with the territory?
Possibly so. You know, I don't really say a whole lot. Usually, I stay offline quite a bit. Anytime somebody sees a tweeting, like me tweeting or something, it's usually like, "Hey, what's going on?" And that's it. Like I just leave it there. I'll have to put a picture up or something, get away from the media, and that's it. So as far as that goes, maybe it's a big possibility. I wouldn't disagree. But
You fought most of your career on HBO. First time you fought on Showbox before a long time ago. But
Yes,
as far
sir.
as a big fight, just your thought about moving to a different network.
there's a ring and there's gloves. That's it.
And a camera.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Ring card girl. That's it.
So no difference to you.
No, not at all. Everybody's been very welcoming as well from Showtime, so, you know, just thank you. That's it.
know what, what's going to be different about this fight? If you could map it out the way you wanted it, what would, I mean, obviously you want a 30-second knockout or whatever, but what do you think is going to be different about between both of you guys coming off of what you've been through since the last fight?
Well, I will show you on the 11th. Like that, huh? Ooh. Never know.
Hey, do you-